Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, saddle up, roll the throttle back, get ready for another wild-ass ride with the Law-Abiding Biker Podcast.
The one and only Popeye on that one.
That was dumb.
Welcome to the Law-Abiding Biker Podcast, and it's the best podcast because it's my daddy's podcast.
Oh, yeah. Feel it. Feel it.
Feeling it.
Put your hands in the air. Oh, they did it.
Mofos.
You guys actually did it. That's awesome. Welcome to all our fellow bikeaholics out there. That's right, the bikeaholics. And thank you so much for returning to another loaded episode of the Lab Podcast. This is the official Law-Abiding Biker Podcast. That's right. Popeye, do you need therapy?
Always.
Well, then you're in the right place, my man. If you are a true bikeaholic, then this is the only prescribed therapy that you will need. So look no further. Who's this podcast for, boys? Who's this podcast for?
99%ers.
That's right. The Double M Motorcycle Majority. We cover everything here at Law-Abiding Biker, so look no further. If you think you can handle it, mount up and come along with us for another wild-ass ride.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're happy to be here. Welcome, everybody. And as I stated, thank you so much for tuning back in to another Law-Abiding Biker podcast episode. This is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the Law-Abiding Biker podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
To my right, talking there, is the one and only Popeye. And he would be studio right. What's up there, Popeye?
Oh, great day in paradise. Getting a little cold.
Yeah. So you rode down here from the from up north. What was the temp riding down here?
Never broke 35 today. But it's been sunny. You know, I left. There was frost a little on the road. And figured, hey, hasn't had any precip here in the last week or so. Wasn't too worried about ice. So climbed on the bike, put some leather on, a little heated vest. Rode on down for a few-hour trip to come on down here to a little podcast action.
And I have to tell you that I appreciate it very much. That's dedication right there, folks.
Oh, it's a good time. I just like getting on the bike before the snow flies.
Straight up for Popeye, everybody. Yep. So, yeah, appreciate you coming down, brother. Good to have you back in the lab.
Good to be here.
The Law-Abiding Biker Studio. So, to my left, the one and only. What's up?
What's up?
D
In the house.
Yeah, so got you two today. That's awesome.
Bad for you.
Kind of a dynamic duo.
It can be bad for me, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as last time. I just have a feeling that it won't be as bad as last time. That's my wish.
I beg to differ.
So, yeah.
Counting all the ass in the room. Well, I'm definitely not alone. Well, I'm not alone.
Yeah, well, you know,
You're
that-
a liar, you're a cheater, you're
that's
a
for you
fool.
guys.
Well, that's just like me, and I know you
So what do you think of the
too.
studio, brother? Popeye, you haven't been since I've made a lot of changes.
Well, yeah, the only thing you've done since the last time, we got the on-air speakers now. That is nice. No interruptions. Let's make sure, we sit here, we do the podcast thing. That's new. The only other thing that's really new
Was it painted?
No, you had not painted it. You painted it.
The hooks weren't there?
Yeah, the hooks were there. The day after I left, I believe, is when you painted it.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
And
The old hooks were there. Not
the
new
old
ones.
hooks, the old plastic.
those are new hooks.
He
there.
really has no idea.
Pretty much just making everything up as we
Yeah.
go. Just saying stuff.
What do you think of my new Harley Davidson
I like
clock,
that.
dude?
Harleys. I like Harleys.
I just ordered that off Amazon. Is that bad or what?
Yeah, it's bad.
I
like
dig.
that. Good.
All right. Well,
With that
Good.
Jack Daniels
Yeah, what's the
bottle up
Jack
there.
Daniels?
Might have to dig into that Jack Daniels.
I put that up for you guys to remind you not to drink too much of that while you're podcasting.
Did somebody do that one time?
Let's make this a good podcast. Get that down.
Did somebody do it? Everybody I pretty much had in the studio their first time does that.
Get so nervous.
I don't know why.
You're nervous.
So, what do we got here? Do you guys got your... let's get right into it. First thing I want to say, guys, to the listening audience, thank you for all your support. The law-abiding biker community is really growing. Facebook page is up as of today. Of course, it'll be past that.
What was that?
Just my throat. We hear that, but you'd be surprised most people don't. We just hear a lot in our earphones. So anyways, we are up to around 620 likes on our Facebook page, and we appreciate you guys sharing that. Keep sharing that around. That is a good way to get updates on when stuff comes out. And by the time you get this episode, it'll likely be way higher than that. We have, and you guys may not know, and I know Popeye doesn't know.
I don't know.
Guess what?
Don't know.
What?
Christmas is near.
Well, you're close. You're very, very close. This is how
He's an
close
idiot, folks.
Yeah. We have a new Lab podcast hotline number.
Oh, yeah. This is pretty big time.
Oh, buddy.
We're going big time.
Calling it straight into the podcasters.
That is right. And so the hotline is, if you guys want to, because I know, here's the deal. A lot of, bikers are very technologically advanced, and some are, most, that's what I say. There are some. Okay.
Who, you?
Yeah, me and
you and
I don't
who?
know. Yeah,
Somebody.
you're right. So a lot aren't. So you can leave now we have a direct phone number if you want to leave a voicemail and you want to say something, or you want us to cover a topic, or you want your voice to be heard. That is what Lab Media is all about. Every voice is heard and important. And our hotline number is 509-731-3548. Again, that phone number, 509-731-3548. And please leave a message, and I can play your message on a podcast if you would like. We'd like to hear from you guys because that brings up great subject matter for the podcast. Again, you can also hit us up at lawabidingbiker.com/contact. And from there, you can either leave an email or you can leave a voicemail there too. It just happens to be an internet voicemail, so you just use the speakers on your computer. Or you can go directly to speakpipe.com/lawabidingbiker, and you can leave an internet voicemail there too. So we have a ton of ways, email and voicemail. Facebook page, we prefer voicemail or email. That is the way you can get in here. Hey, are you an iTunes LD by chance?
I am.
Well, that's awesome. We have a couple new iTunes reviews that some people wrote, and I want to get those out on the air. Are you in a position where you have those up? They're like the last
I am.
3. I'll tell you which ones they are, or if we've read them on a past podcast, because I don't have my iTunes up.
Some deep thought over there, LD. Yes.
All right, so
I am.
Talking your mic. Come on, you're a pro now.
Well, I'm trying to navigate the phone. I got Chippy Chappy over here running his mouth, driving me nuts. I can't even think straight.
Yeah, I know. Once again, you get on your phone and that's it. You're done.
That's enough.
You can
You too.
accomplish one thing at a time.
That's why I have that
Leroy?
right there for you too. To keep both of you on track.
Can we kick him out of the studio?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
We can mute too.
Yeah, I know that.
Have we had to do that before?
Boom.
I know.
We might have.
You're good.
So what do you got up on iTunes there, brother? We really
Okay,
appreciate you guys leaving your iTunes stuff. It's awesome.
I don't know which one you want me to start at. Do you want me to start at the last one and we'll work our way back?
Yeah, tell me who the last one's from, and I'll tell you because I was looking at them earlier
Peg
today.
Strew?
Nope, that one's already been done.
That's number 9.
I know. Just how it sorts them,
Ames
trust
B?
me. Okay, that's the one you want to read.
Okay, very fun to listen in on some great topics. Definitely passing on your links to a few friends you actually admire. Great station, guys.
How many stars, brother?
5.
Boom.
Wow.
We have all of ours are 5 stars.
So far. Now, we did have 1 or 2.
We have 1 star, it says, but I don't see it.
Yeah, but that's because they didn't leave a comment.
Oh, gotcha.
You can leave
Okay.
just stars, so somebody at some point left us a 1 star. So that's okay. That happens.
Can't please everyone.
But yeah.
Curve the average.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So what? And then roll up to the. I believe looking at day, roll up to the one after that, right before that. Tell me the name.
Street Glide Rider.
No,
Not that one.
That one star was
I don't
probably
think
from
so.
Sarge.
probably, dude. No doubt. Now
doesn't-
that's funny, dude. That deserves definitely a drum roll.
He does not want Lee and I in the studio together.
And if you guys don't remember who Sarge is, that's kind of what we call him. He's from up north.
Or we call him Old.
Yeah, you guys
Old Man River, Omar,
call him
Rescue Diver.
a lot of things, but he is the
Glue of
Yeah,
the
well,
North Crew.
pretty much. He is with the North Crew, and he is likely when they hopefully get all patched in here.
If he's still alive.
What? Jeez. But we call him Sarge. That is Jeff, and Jeff, I don't promote any of this that's going on. And if you kill both of these guys at some point in their sleep, I will not report it.
I have made it very clear I will not be rooming with him on the summer trip for fear of suffocation.
And that would probably be, definitely a good thing. So do you have any of the other ones up there, brother?
I got a Shindy 2.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one before, so read that.
Okay, the podcast is the
Oh, no, that's not it either. Let me look. Real
Street
real
Glide
quick.
Rider.
Nope, I think I've heard that too. I looked at him today. Apologize to the listening audience here. We weren't very prepared, but here we go. Okay, I'm going down to the bottom. I'm looking at, you got to hit more reviews.
Fat Boy Low.
Yeah,
That's November
That's a
7th,
new
so-
one. Yep, you got to look at the date. See, because I don't know
Yeah.
why iTunes does that, but look at the one from April 10th, 2013. I had just started in March, but yet
Right.
it's weird how it does it. So anyways, go ahead.
Okay, so he says lots of info and fun, and 5 stars.
Awesome. And thank you so much, whoever that is, because we don't know who it is. Because
Fat Boy Low.
Fat Boy Low. Thank you,
Fat Boy Low.
Fat Boy Low. We
Info
really
team.
appreciate it. How about, so thank you guys. Keep the iTunes ratings coming in. You know where we're getting a lot of ratings is Stitcher Radio.
So where do I go to look at those?
You just go to stitcherradio.com/law-abiding biker.
I am on my way there now.
Okay.
Navigating, buffering.
Hey, so what do we got for what do we got for? Well, we got a good main topic here. You know, I want to thank a couple people for some donations, and I got some tech tip, and we got some whole. Let's just skip that right now, and maybe do that a little bit later. Let's get right in while you're looking up Stitcher Radio there, LD. Why don't we get right into our main topic of the show? And Popeye, do you have that available, or do you want me to actually?
He has an Android, so it's probably not available.
Yeah.
It's got an update here in about a minute and 20 seconds.
Okay. Well, no problem. You don't have the notes up at all?
No, I do. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you thank
Just
a
trying
couple?
to appease you guys.
Yeah. Why don't you thank a couple
Good job.
people for some of those donations? Just get right in the donations.
Oh, the donations.
And let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Greg Gaxiola. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. That's
It's
what it looks
not.
like. How would you say it then?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it.
Jeez.
Greg Gaxiola of California, and we have sent him the 3 videos. He says, thanks, love the podcast, keep up the good work. I ride a 2007 Heritage Softail Classic, and his wife rides a 2011 883 Sportster. And he says, thanks. Atta boy, Greg, getting your wife a newer bike than you. Keep her happy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. And you say from California? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it doesn't say where in California, but California.
Yeah.
California.
Sometimes I get city, but a lot of times it's just California. So,
Do I need to download the app for this or what?
No. You can just look up Google. You can Google Law Abiding Biker Stitcher Radio, or you can go to stitcherradio.com/Law Abiding Biker. A lot of people use that, but let's get into our what other donations we got there, Popeye.
Well, let's of course, just close out of it. That's the only one we were going to talk about tonight for
Okay.
donations.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Greg Gaxiola of California. And what else? I sent him 3 free videos because he donated a fair amount of money, and very humbled by that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg.
So yeah, he got the 3 free videos. I hope you enjoy them, Greg.
Thank you.
Let's go into our main topic. And actually, let me start this real quick, guys, with let's read it a little bit. Basically, it's an article that came out. It's a former Marine sues Harley Davidson dealership for allegedly exploiting his PTSD. What is PTSD, Popeye?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
And I know most people know that, but I don't like to move on with an episode with not explaining some of that because you would be confused. Orange County, California. A former Marine is suing a Harley Davidson dealership in Orange County, California for allegedly taking advantage of his post-traumatic stress disorder to sell him a very expensive bike. Brett Smith is his name, 25, filed suit to return his $17,000 bike 2 days after he bought it because, he said he made the purchase, basically because of PTSD. He was a member, apparently the Smith guy was a member of the Special Forces, deployed in Afghanistan, was discharged in 2010, was diagnosed with the PTSD, with a traumatic brain injury, says his attorney. So, the sale apparently occurred in April. And this Smith guy, who served our country, had suffered from 5 sleepless nights due to his disorder. And that day is very much a dream or a recollection, he says. He wasn't completely aware of what he was doing. So Smith, LD just threw his hands up. He can't find it.
I can't. I download the app and everything. I can't find the damn comments. I don't know.
All right. That's all right. We can get back to it.
Train wreck.
Complete train wreck. Smith, who is unemployed, entered the Harley dealership on a whim to buy a motorcycle, and on October 30th, while pacing, sweating profusely, acting jittery. At one point,
He's getting ready to buy a Harley, man. It's an exciting time.
I know.
That you're spending a lot of money. Yeah. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be pacing. That's normal, probably.
No doubt, dude. I think I was doing the same thing. I think it was because I was so excited to get my Harley.
When I got mine, I think I had to pry my wife's hands off the gun to keep from shooting me. But
I pretty much
similar.
This is what happened to me. Got a little excited.
Oh, yeah.
After driving home on his new motorcycle, Smith decided to go to Georgia the next day. Again, without sleeping, court papers show he packed a backpack, a bunch of fruit, some clothes, a PlayStation, and drove 40 miles before he realized he had no money and returned home.
I'm glad he took his PlayStation.
Well, that's very important.
What's he going to hook it up to?
So
we don't know yet.
I don't know.
Does he have? Is his bike a Street Glide special? Maybe to the new stereo.
The
infotainment.
He was gonna hook it into that big screen on that new bike.
Boom.
Darn Skippy. Smith decided to sue the dealership for unfair business practices after it refused to take his Harley back. So he tried to return it. The dealership won't take it back. They just blew it off, says his attorney. Harley Davidson touts itself as an all-American patriotic company, but patriotic is as patriotic does, is what they're saying here.
My only thing on that piece there.
Go right into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead before I finish. Go right into it.
No, I just want to comment on that one thing. They said they're an all-American company, but it's individual persons owning dealerships. It's not like that was Harley Davidson that wouldn't take the bike back.
You're a representative, though.
Yep.
You represent.
Thank you,
Popeye.
The
brand. You're welcome.
Okay, I represent Dodge because I drive a Dodge truck. Does that mean that I should?
No, that's not true.
You don't own
that's
a Dodge
stupid.
dealership.
Now you're just stupid. You
So-
just represented yourself as stupid.
This is both of you.
I'll mushroom stamp you from here.
Both of you. So Harley Davidson, touts, they exploited his mental condition because they were trying to make a sale. They got one, but they also got a lawsuit. In addition to that, this is what his attorney saying. So don't take this for gospel, guys. I'm just reading what his attorney. What a great attorney as usual. Whatever.
Full of poo-poo.
Is it that one gal that's representing the?
No. Yeah. No. The Harley Davidson dealership declined to comment on the case when reached by ABC News. So let me play this for you guys real quick. And it's basically a real quick interview video. And this Mr. Smith, the vet, speaks his mind a little bit. So let me play this video. Stand by.
A Camp Pendleton Marine deployed with Special Forces in Afghanistan. Brett Smith saw plenty of combat. Just before leaving the Marines in 2010, he began suffering daily panic attacks, nightmares, and other issues, and was eventually diagnosed with PTSD and a traumatic brain injury. This past April, after 5 days of not sleeping, he says he began hallucinating.
And I would have conversations with my wife, even though she wasn't there.
Smith, who was unemployed, says he suddenly decided he had to buy a Harley and drove to a dealership in Irvine.
I know I was sweating. I know I was talking fast. I know I was jittery.
Smith says the salesman asked if he was okay and gave him water for medication. Smith says he told the salesman he had severe PTSD and planned to immediately ride to Georgia with no motorcycle license. After several hours, Smith signed a loan agreement for the nearly $17,000 Harley. According to Smith, after he signed on the dotted line, the salesman then said riding the bike could possibly ease his PTSD symptoms. Smith then drove off with his new bike. The next day, he saw the bike.
I didn't know if I was having a delusion. I didn't know if I was asleep and I was dreaming.
Soon after, Smith was hospitalized in a psychiatric facility for 10 days. He's now suing the dealership to get the deal canceled. His attorney, Dan Gillian, claims the dealership took advantage of his condition. It may be among the first ever cases involving PTSD and an allegedly unfair purchase.
Do you understand the concept of signing your name? Yes. But did he understand the big picture? And the answer was clearly no.
Some would say you simply have buyer's remorse, that you're using PTSD as an excuse. How do you respond?
If you don't know you're doing something, then that's not buyer's remorse. It's definitely outrageous. They just wanted that sale.
Michael Chen, 10 News.
So there we go, guys. Yeah, let's go with that. What's your first thoughts there, Popeye, on this deal? And I guess I want to start out by saying, regardless of PTSD and whatever you think about some of those things, I do appreciate all our vets and those who have served our country. We are a law-abiding biker, and we always salute everybody that served in the military. So I'll just start out with that.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with what you just said. If you've been listening to the podcast and past podcasts, I've said myself, I am an Iraq vet. I have been back.
He can cook up some mean mashed potatoes?
No, that wasn't my job. But I've been back for over 10 years. I was over there, during close to the first wave. So I've been back a long time. I mean, I have a little bit of knowledge on this situation. I have a lot of friends that had PTSD that I came back with. The one thing I would say about, I can't say, for a fact that, did he have PTSD and this caused that? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't sleeping and he went to this dealership and bought this bike and didn't know what he was doing. Possibly, he wasn't sleeping. I guess my whole thing on this would be, regardless of what had happened, is that you went there, you signed your name, and you agreed to the terms of use or terms of agreement. You bought the bike. I would say you were legally bound. Is it buyer's remorse or something? Who knows? Maybe he is using it just to get out of it. That would be hard to say. There's a couple other comments or topics in there that were kind of interesting from exactly what they were. What I would say on a side note is when I was in Baghdad, I actually found a motorcycle, and I was riding it all around post, bombing around. And
you found a motorcycle?
Well,
how do you find a motorcycle, bro?
It was
they're like plants.
Crop up. No, it was we're on post. I was actually stationed just outside of Bayap. It's actually Saddam International Airport is what it used to be known as, and they changed it to Bayap Baghdad International Airport. My little compound was just outside of the walls of Bayap, and we'd go on to Bayap a lot to do work and stuff. And anyway, one of my missions was
ride the bike down the runway like Tom Cruise and.
Yeah,
Top Gun.
Yeah, I had some girl with the full face dress and stuff. Okay. Yeah, going down. But so Anyway, I was doing a mission for. It was basically an investigative unit, and these guys it was basically, I think it was like a terrorist motorcycle. These guys was blowing stuff up, and they had confiscated this bike from him, and I saw the bike sitting there, and so of course I went to the colonel who was in charge of the unit, who was standing out there. I was like, "Mr. Colonel, sir, can I please ride your motorcycle?" And so
was it just like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So anyway, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Then Lee wore out 2 sets of knee pads.
Yeah, that's right. So whatever you got to do. Yeah, these motorcycles are not everywhere over there. So I was bombing all over the place and just flying around post for a while. That was good. That's what my mom said. I sent a picture to my mom. She's like, yeah, leave it to you to find a motorcycle to ride while you're in Baghdad. What the heck?
This was Lee riding around on his motorcycle, running around singing this.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars. No handlebars.
Was that you, bro?
That's about
I can ride my bike with no
Betcha.
handlebars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you betcha. But no, like I said, I feel for this guy. I understand. Hey, maybe he does have PTSD. I know a lot of guys with PTSD. That, they say they have some issues. So, maybe he does have some issues.
What
would this cause it? I don't know. But I think he's still legally bound.
I agree with legally bound, but let's look at it from this, because I'm the moderator here, so to speak. And so by my questions doesn't mean I agree or disagree with something. I'll give my opinion at the end.
Absolutely. And there's a few things that were said in there that, like I said, that
what say you about the motorcycle being a good thing for somebody with PTSD?
Well, I guess like I would say is that, for me, one of the first things I try to do is go find a motorcycle while I was over there. So maybe this guy liked motorcycling, and yeah, that would help him. It's kind of like with was the guy, the sniper who got assassinated down there in Texas, Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle, would bring guys down to do shooting, guys who were in the military, and he'd bring them down to the range, and shooting for them was a relief. I mean, here's these guys, yeah, they've been in combat, they've been all around all this fire, but for whatever reason, it is a relief for them. So Chris Kyle would bring these guys down and do work with them. Obviously, it ended up in his ultimate demise, which is unfortunate. He lost a true American hero. But yeah, it could absolutely be a way out. You get away, you release, you just go, you ride, you do your own thing. So if I was a dealership guy and this guy's telling me, hey, I've got PTSD and I'm gonna get on this motorcycle and ride to Georgia. I mean, if it was me personally, I mean, as a veteran of Iraq, and that's what he's saying is going to be his way out, he's taking off, all the more power to you, dude. Come back later and say, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. That's unfortunate, but I can understand the other side of it where it's a release for him.
So you're the Harley dealership owner, Popeye. Does he get his money back or not?
That's a tough one. Because, like I said, I don't know how long did it say that he came back and he wanted it? After how many days did it say that on there?
Yeah,
he went 40 miles, turned around and came back, and I think it was a day and a half later he saw the bike and thought he was dreaming.
Right.
So I don't know if he took it in that day and a half later or...
Okay. If that's the case, I mean, you're going to have more miles than that on a bike from test ride. So yes, I would probably give him his bike back. I think...
You would give him his bike back?
Excuse me, I would give him his money back.
Full price, and now it's depreciated, because you rode it?
I don't think you've depreciated it. I mean, you've got 40 miles on it. The bike's going to have that from...
my bike had 1.5 miles on it.
You probably ordered yours straight from the factory.
I did.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to bike this out on the showroom floor, and it's going to go for a couple test drives. And I've taken test drives on bikes straight out of the Harley dealership. So, I don't think you're going to lose that. I mean, 40 miles, you got a guy coming in, and I suppose any schmo off the street could come in there and claim that he's got PTSD and whatever, So, I mean, yeah, you're looking at a lot of stuff. Hey, this, I've got a problem, I need to give it back. So, yeah, you could run into that aspect. So, you're looking at something tough. It's a tough situation, but I would say 40 miles. If you're correct on 40 miles in a day and a half.
That's what it said.
And he comes
in.
Did
you listen?
No.
Wolverine?
No.
You need to listen. Okay.
Oh boy. So, but yeah, if that's the case, I would say maybe you can check into it a little bit and see if he is full of garbage or not.
So Smith decided to go to Georgia the next day, again without sleeping. Court papers show he packed a backpack full of fruit, clothes, a PlayStation, driving 40 miles before he realized he had no money and returned home, the lawsuit states. Again, this is what the lawsuit states. So
he took fruit, so he must be doing all right.
Popeye
and a PlayStation.
Popeye says he would return the bike and refund him his money. Is that correct, Popeye?
It's got 40 miles. I am all about helping out vets. If I could verify somehow that, yes, that is true, I suppose, yes, I would do it.
According to this, he spent 10 days in a psych ward shortly thereafter.
Well, that doesn't prove he was a vet. And that,
he does have
PTSD.
Proves he has some kind of issue going on.
Well, I agree.
Whether that's PTSD or something else, I don't know. But
yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah, well, I guess the Harley dealership gets its money.
Basically, he wants to see his DD214 on his desk.
Look at you. Where did you come up with that information?
What is a DD214?
Yeah, he just pulled that out.
I have no idea what that is.
Discharge paperwork.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was not military.
Wow, look at you. You must have researched this to try to impress me before we got in here.
I don't ever want to impress you.
No. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Buddy.
So
I'm a trained investigator.
What's a 1205?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nice. Don't quiz me on that stuff.
I just made something up.
No clue.
Yeah.
All right. So, LD, around the table, what say you on this matter?
Well, I would probably refund his money, take the bike back.
Just like that?
And I would turn it into a positive thing for my dealership with some advertising.
Ooh.
So you would use a military vet, is what you're saying? You would
don't
use
word it. Don't word it like that. And you didn't even think of it, so shut up. You shut up. You hadn't even thought about it.
Exploiting.
Please do not use that word.
Dude.
How about assist?
I did actually say that you would use him, but I honestly say I prefer Popeye's word. You're going to exploit him.
Actually, where I got that idea was talking with Lurch.
Ooh.
But I thought it was a good idea when Lurch told me that, so I gotta give Lurch credit.
So okay, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Oh, we gave this guy back. Look at it. Oh, look at me.
Okay, Wolverine. Hey, Wolverine, why don't you put your headphones on right, and then we can talk.
They're on. What do you got to say?
Funny.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, there's an R for the right side and an L for the left side.
I can hear just fine out of him.
He does have them on backwards. Jeez. Podcast rookie.
Hey, it's better than the last time he put them on when one was inside, or I don't know how you call it, inside out or whatever.
We're good now. Wasn't looking at him that close.
I am being the devil's advocate, and it's funny. I mean, the situation isn't funny, but the exploit was funny. So basically, we're calling you saying you would exploit him, and you would.
I would exploit him.
The defense attorney is gonna be all over that.
Oh boy,
you're using my client as radio advertisement to improve your business,
and then you owe him money.
Yeah.
I gave him
how much we want. 25% of your increased sales.
Okay, you're his attorney.
Yeah,
not his agent. Okay, get that straight.
That's pretty much what a defense attorney is when they start suing you.
You think you're Tom Cruise in that movie where he's the money agent or whatever?
Oh, geez.
Relax,
everybody.
What show is that?
I don't know.
Where's the one where he's the sports agent?
Oh, Show Me the Money. Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Yeah, you think you're Jerry Maguire now or something or what?
No, I'm not Jerry. Yeah, no.
Hey, LD, you're on the spot here. You're in the hot seat. So
what
you're saying you would? I'm just go with your gut. So you're saying you would make a deal about it and put it in the media, is what I'm understanding, and you would exploit it.
I really don't know what I'd do.
Well, that's not what you're here for. You're here to make a decision. Yeah. You make split-second decisions every day in our law enforcement jobs. Make a decision on this. You're a business owner of a Harley dealership. What are you doing?
Dude walks
I'm
in the
riding
door.
my Harley around. That's what I'm doing.
Dude walks in the door, wants his money back. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Popeye manned up. He just said exactly what he would do.
Exactly.
He made a decision.
That's what men do. That's what men do. They say what's on their mind. They tell you how things are going to be.
Sorry,
men do.
I'm kind of on
how liable
Popeye's
are we if we
tonight.
break stuff fighting in the studio?
You're highly liable. So seriously, what's your? That's what we're here for, to give your opinions and to talk this out, because the listening audience, I'm sure, has their opinions, and maybe we'll get some discussion on this.
It's a tough one. I mean, on one
but
hand,
you are the Harley dealer, so you got to make the decision. So
on one hand, you want to respect the guy's service and everything, and on the other hand, you got a business to run.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So you're.
So what are you going to do? That's the question. Right. That's what we're asking. What are you
I'm delaying so I can think. Okay.
He's doing what an attorney would do.
Yeah. Hold on here. Let me talk in circles for a little bit. We have two different things that could happen here. Yes, correct. That is a good observation.
On this hand, and on the other hand, and on this foot, and on the other foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
I'd probably give him his money back. I would.
Okay. So we've got,
because what's the depreciation on that bike? It's $20,000 bike. You can probably
17.
What's that?
17.
Yeah.
Okay, bike's 17. You can still get 16 out of it.
Oh, I think
16.5 or full price.
You're going to sell it for full price. You go down to a showroom bike, and I think they're going to have 40 miles by the time some of them sell, I would say. I mean,
I have no idea.
I don't know, but
I ordered my only new bike I've ever bought. I ordered, so it came with no miles. So I don't have any idea.
Well, I mean, I took a couple for a test drive, and you go 5 miles. They try to keep you short, obviously, but I mean, you put 5 miles on the thing. A couple people do that.
Well, it's not like you packed a bag of fruit in an Xbox and tried to go halfway across the country.
Well, he went 40 miles. I don't think 40 miles is halfway across the country.
Yeah, but his
halfway
intention,
across the city.
His intention
Was to go more than 40 miles.
He was going to Georgia.
Yeah.
So
he was going to an Xbox tournament.
Georgia? I got Georgia.
To bring it back from you two.
Sure, he can have his money back.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Get him out of your hair, because now
you got a real mess.
Yeah, now you got an attorney, and now you got to pay your attorney.
And now you're
probably going to give him the bike back anyway.
On national news now because you wouldn't give him his money.
In the end, you're going to give him his bike back. You're going to have, $5,000 in your attorney at minimum.
Right, you're taking the bike back now, and you're paying him,
and you look like crap on the news.
Right, good job.
But $5,000 is nothing for Harley
Giant failure. Yeah, but this guy isn't Harley Davidson. He could be a almost going out of business Harley dealer.
Yeah, but you got to understand corporate America, dude. Trust me.
Corporate. Probably
what do you understand about corporate America?
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
I think that corporate more than anything is going to be the one. The brand themselves are the ones that is taking the hit. The Harley brand.
Mm-hmm. They will back him. The corporate Harley Davidson will back the individual dealership on those types of lawsuits. They always do.
They've probably lost sale of like 3 bikes because of this.
Yeah, if that. So here, let's discuss this. Should the dealership, based on the information, have sold him a bike in the first place?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, well, I'm asking. Let's discuss it.
Well, I'm asking.
He's pacing around. He's sweaty. He says he's got, I'm just reading the article. He's got PTSD.
Pretty much standard procedure at a Harley dealership when you're about to drop 20 G's.
Right.
And you think your wife's going to castrate you when you get home because you just showed up with a brand new bike. You're going to be sweating a little bit.
Okay. That is standard.
Standard procedure.
Okay, so
that's why they sell bandanas at the Harley dealership. Wipe your brow.
There you
You're
go.
Sweating.
Yeah, a little nervous.
So he's nervous. He talks about it that he's got PTSD.
Well,
even knowing that.
Okay, hang on a second here. This is what I want to know. No, this is what I want to know.
Peeking. Yep.
How does he remember all these intricate details of how he was acting and feeling? He doesn't remember buying the damn bike.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what is in the lawsuit, and that's what we're discussing. So, knowing that. Do you think it's irresponsible for Harley Davidson dealership to sell him a bike, knowing that he's got PTSD and jittery?
How many people do you guys talk to at work? Not you, because
they're on meth,
you
bro.
sit in the office all day. You sit in the office all day. But LD, but the Prez over there, he's still on the road. Of how many people you talk to on the road all the time that I've got PTSD, or I was over in Iraq or Afghanistan, and they claim all this stuff. I mean. Yeah, I mean they claim it, but shouldn't affect their daily life. I mean, were they going to come into a dealership and now because the guy says he was an Iraq war vet or an Afghanistan war vet and he claims to have PTSD, now all of a sudden it's the dealership? I'm supposed to say, oh well, sorry, you're sweating and you have PTSD. Okay. We can't sell you a bike, or we can't sell you a car, or whatever.
Tell me this: I have PTSD. I'm sweating. Now I'm not going to sell you the bike because you have PTSD.
Right, exactly.
I guarantee
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of
so
on the opposite side. That's what I'm saying.
Risk versus
now all
reward.
of a sudden you're being it's not racist, but I mean you're profiling this guy. You're discriminating against
risk versus reward. My discrimination lawsuit is going to be $500,000.
Right. I mean, you can't,
bike that I wasn't supposed to sell him, $17,000. Yeah. I'm going to sell him the bike and take my chances.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys sell the guy the bike.
All right. I like it. And that's what I was going to get to, too, is, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't on that deal. Because if you don't sell it, then you're discriminating against a vet, military vet. And
there's laws against that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they were definitely screwed, and I have to agree with you guys on that.
My veteran status is protected, just like Sarge's old age.
Yeah. And, I don't know.
But you still beat on it.
I'm going to say...
His age.
Yeah, his age. Jeez, we're not going there. We're done with that. Moving on.
Caught myself.
Moving on. But yeah, I guess we got the peanut gallery over here. They just cracking themselves up.
Oh,
That's funny. He's gonna love that one.
So yeah, I have to guess I agree with you guys. As far as selling it, sell it to him. But I'm gonna differ with you. I'm gonna say he bought it, and I'm gonna say I'm not refunding it. It was a good sell. I sold it in good faith. He signed the papers. I've got his signature.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. So there you go. And
you voted for Obama, didn't you?
And I'm going to tell him to log into governmenthealth.com or whatever it is.
Government help will take care of you.
Yeah, whatever. Obama.
Log on.
If you can't afford this bike, Obama will pay for it. So don't worry about it, bro.
Got Obama phone.
Write it like you stole
It will come with a phone.
That's right. So any more discussion on that, guys? I think we're all pretty much on the same page besides you guys give it back. I say that's just, with everything involved. And again,
pretty much un-American.
We have to understand the information we're getting is from a lawsuit that an attorney wrote, his defense attorney, so we don't know all the information from that Harley dealership. So it's a little bit hard to judge unless were there or had all the information. But definitely a topic worth discussing because there are a lot of vets back in country now with PTSD. So thanks again for serving, guys. And anything else you guys want to wrap up on that topic?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Talking your microphone would be good.
No.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay.
Texting.
Do you guys want to move on to, let's see. We got a couple things here. You know what I want to do is an update.
What do you want to do?
I want to do an update on the New York gang assault update.
Yeah. A bunch of morons.
Yeah, and it's still going, and it kind of died out in the media, so to speak.
We knew it would.
When Obamacare took over, that's what happened.
Yeah, you're right, and a lot of that
train wreck.
I'm pulling it up, but pulling up some of this.
Pulling what up?
Well,
what are you doing?
Pulling it up.
You cannot talk like that.
Pulled it up in years.
Just move on. The maturity.
They make pills for that.
The maturity and level in the studio is just never ceases to amaze me. So, do you guys remember what episode that was? That I did.
It was a special episode.
It was LAB-28, episode 19. So lawabidingbiker.com/19 unorganized, motorcycle gangs versus the SUV driver assault in New York City. We did a full podcast on that, so you can refer back to that episode if you want to get all that. And again, guys, in this show, I will have, if you want, I do, as I stated in the past, what do I do? Copious show notes.
That means a lot.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Copious show notes. I don't just put out the podcast. So if you want to go to the show notes, and I'm going to put a link to this video, I'm going to put a link to this article that we just discussed, lawabidingbiker.com/ and just put the episode number. If it's a single digit, it would be like 08. If it's a double digit episode, it's just like 22, 23. So lawabidingbiker.com/ and the episode number, and you can get all the videos.
What about when we get the triple digit?
It will be 100. And we will celebrate, boys. Did you guys realize, real quick, off subject, that brings up a good point. We are at, let's see, we just pumped out episode, what did we pump out? Yeah, 20. So with as of right now, and I don't know what episode number this is going to be, but as of right now, with regular episodes and Sons of Anarchy episodes, we're at 28 episodes that we've pumped out since March of 2013. Pretty proud of that.
That's as many as you are old, isn't it?
I'm older than 28.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very wise.
I wasn't sure.
So yeah, let's update on the what have you guys heard on this? Have you guys been following this at all?
Just that they charged some more people in the situation, and they had that undercover that they ended up ringing him up on some charges as well.
Yes, sir. So update on and this was the event, guys. I'm sure everybody's heard about it, but this was the big motorcycle gang on sports bikes and whatever, dual sports, so to speak, that beat the driver of an SUV after he lightly tapped one of them, and then basically, he ended up running over one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Lightly ran him over.
What kind of report are you writing?
Yeah, that's how it started, boys.
Barely touched him.
Yeah, he did at first.
They were trying to exchange insurance information at the time of the running over the person.
Exactly. So yeah, he did at first lightly tap him in the rear, and that's when they all pulled over.
Lightly tapped him where?
In the rear. LD, you're going nowhere tonight. Absolutely going nowhere. One track mind. So yeah, a grand jury since then has indicted 11 bikers to this point in that incident, including an undercover New York City police officer detective on various charges related to that incident. And I did put a lot on that episode. If you go to law-abidingbiker.com/19, I did put on there that, and I put the detective's name and all that stuff. And I can't say it, but it's Wojcicki Barazkak.
That's nowhere close.
Okay.
And I don't know how you worked cock into his name. That's weird.
Dude. You can't do that. Just kidding. All right.
It's a GRC at the end. How'd you get cock out?
No, it's not. It's a Cezio Sazak. You're right. I don't know how I did get. I skipped the Z. My bad.
Just call him Charlie Borowski. That'll
there
work.
You go. Anyways, he was the detective, and he was not undercover with that particular. He wasn't investigating anything, but he was charged with gang assault, criminal mischief, riot, and other counts. Of course, his attorney says there's video and all that will set him free from those charges.
I watched the video, and if he's in any of that, he's screwed.
He is, but I think there's other video that's going to come out. A lot of that is in evidence now, and it was before it could get put on YouTube. So when all is said and done, I can't wait to see some of that video to get the whole story, because we got a very limited scope of what happened, I believe. So he's obviously innocent unless proven guilty, and he maintains that just like anybody else does, and I don't know all the facts. So we will see how that plays out, and we will keep you guys up to date as best we can on that assault. So anything else on that, guys? I'm looking at another, 11 indicted. That's the most updated information I have. So what else you guys got? Anything?
Oh, about that assault?
Yeah, before we wrap that little issue up.
Big mess.
It is.
That's tough when you're
Big mess.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys have already covered on a previous episode, but yeah, as far as the undercover guy goes, is that when that all started going downhill, I mean, he's got to maintain the fact that he is LEO and steer clear and
maybe he did. We don't
or something. Maybe he did, but it sounds like he was caught hitting the back window.
Trying
to bash it out.
Preliminary reports, and then I find conflicting reports on that too. And you know as well as I do.
Well, the fact that
as law enforcement officers, dude, that the media has like 10% of the information.
Exactly, and because he was there, he did it. I mean, that's pretty much what they're looking at. Yeah, he was there, he did it. But yeah.
And I'm not defending him because I don't have the information, nor am I hanging him. I'm just saying it'll be interesting if you guys find anything on that. Send it to me. Any new stuff that comes out. So, yeah.
Bunch of idiots is basically what it comes down to.
We got a new free lab video, guys, that I put out.
Boom.
Yeah. And, of course, we have a lot of videos for sale. I put out a new on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Scrappy587. Or you can get all the videos on lawabidingbiker.com/videos. There's free videos. There's 4 purchase videos. Anyways, if you go to lawabidingbiker.com/outer fairing, it's how to remove and install your front outer fairing on a Harley Davidson touring model, and it's getting a ton of hits. Of course, our bunch of other videos out there too on maintenance, and I'm going to put a one on docking hardware. We've got clutch cable adjustments.
Did you do anything to your bike, or do you just take it apart now to make videos?
I take it apart, and actually, right now it's on a lift, and it is half apart, and I haven't been able to ride in a week just because I'm making videos.
Holy moly. You got how to take your fairing apart, you said?
It is how to install your front outer fairing on a Harley Davidson touring model.
Copy. Because Bones might need to, he's got some loose handlebars right now.
Who?
Mike.
Oh, he does, huh?
He does. Yeah.
Oh, well, There you go.
Yeah, so
That's not good.
No,
That's not good at
Yeah,
all.
Yeah, you go down the road. It's kind of like trying to pop a wheelie as a kid, and your handlebars, you're holding them. All of a sudden, they go down your lap when you're trying to pop
I
a
know
wheelie.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Big.
Does he have a baseball card in his spokes too?
Yes, make it sound. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, going down the road. Yeah, no, but yeah, he's gonna have to tighten those up.
He's from our North Crew Perspective Chapter 2.
He was gonna ride with me today, but
Oh, was he?
Yeah, but at least part way.
Oh, okay.
And turn around before
He
it
would
got down.
freeze. He's
Well,
like 105 pounds.
yeah, right. Got nothing on him. Yeah. Not like you. You got plenty to keep through the winter there.
2 winners actually.
Yeah, I've got enough for 2 myself. So yeah, check that video out, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/outer fairing, or just go to the YouTube channel. You can get all the free videos. And then, of course, my number one, dude, you know what video I've been selling a lot is the brand new and improved, updated to the T Harley maintenance video. And people have been buying that a lot. lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Harley maintenance. And the other one that's even outselling that one is my Boombox Infotainment Center video. That one,
Boom.
I'm getting sales daily on that.
Infotainment.
Yes, and that's the brand new touring model. They have a brand new integrated infotainment center. You can Bluetooth your phones with it. You can have headsets. There's push to talk. There's integrated GPS. It's quite a system, and there are no directions that come with it from Harley. The pamphlet is like 3 pages, and so that's why I decided to put something out to help people, and so you're giving back a little bit too. I don't charge a lot for the video, so you get something for it. And people have been leaving me rave reviews on that video, and that's lawabidingbiker.com/boombox, and it's a full 55-minute tutorial video on how to operate that whole thing, and it's quite complex actually, especially if you're like LD and Popeye, you should probably get the video, because you wouldn't know what you're doing. So you guys might want to buy that video. If you
What
have
exactly are you
great
trying to
bikes.
say here?
I'm saying you guys are tech retards. Straight up.
Not as bad as Justin.
Not as bad. Well, I don't know about that, but you're both tech retards. Or I'm just a geek. I'm not sure. One of the two.
I'm going to go with the geek.
I'm probably the tech geek.
Dork.
That's why they call me. What do they call me?
Nerd. Loser.
Loser, sit at home.
The high-tech redneck.
No, that's not what they call you.
Well, that is. That's what you're calling me. And you'll like it.
That's just because it was in the script.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, those videos are doing real good. And, boy, let me look at anything else we got. We're getting close to an hour, and I think we will.
Ooh.
Let's give a real quick iPhone tech tip, since we're talking about geek tech tips.
What?
Or an iPod. If it drops off your bike at 75 miles an hour.
Yes.
It'll work.
That has happened to several members.
This guy.
Yeah, it did happen to you.
Yeah. I was bombing down the road 75 miles an hour. Went to change. Actually, no, I wasn't going to change the song. It just flew out of my pocket, and it started dangling by the cord that was attached. At that point, I was on my Springer, and so I didn't have the speakers up front. Yeah, it was dangling. Yes, I'm listening to it in my headphones, and I was trying to grab it, and next thing I know, it was gone.
I remember that we had to turn around and go find it.
We did. I dynamite the brakes, turned around. Yep, messed up.
Didn't we come back here and put tape on it? Packaging tape?
We put tape on it. Or I put tape on it at my house, but it
Oh,
still
okay.
worked. I listened to it for the rest of the trip. It was all cut up. You had to make sure your fingers didn't get cut up from the glass on it. But then I put packing tape, and it worked for about 3 months, and then it finally cut out.
All right. Well, let's give quick tech tip.
Tech tip.
Just
Just a tip.
Yeah, just the tip. So tech tip of the day. Remember on your iPhone there, it's an iPhone tech tip, but remember on your iPhone when you used to have down when you were like typing in a web address, and to the right there was a little button that said .com so you didn't have to type .com or .org or
Right.
.net.
I recall that.
Do you recall that? Well, yeah, Android doesn't have that at all.
Yes, it does.
So now it's all integrated. They changed it. They still have it. But when you're typing in a web address, or you have your phone on,
Turning on now.
go to Safari, and
I'm there.
all right. So if you guys go to just Safari and start typing in a web address up in your URL.
I'm typing.
There. Okay, so you see that little period right there next to the space bar to the right of it?
Right.
Push on that and hold it, and it brings up .us.org.edu.net.com, and then you can go to any of them, so you don't have to type in .us or .edu or .net. See that?
Yes, it did.
A lot of people do not know
You
that.
are accurate.
So you just hold your finger on that little period next to the space bar when you're typing in an address, and then you can choose .net.com.edu, and it does it right for you. But they kind of hid it, and a lot of people don't know that. So that is our tech tip of the day.
Where are we at on time on the actual recorder?
I don't know. Doesn't
Because-
matter.
We're about there.
We're close enough.
Hey,
We're close enough. Yeah, you don't have to raise your hand.
No,
So.
when we took a quick little break, we left that clock running. So we
Yeah.
got like 10 minutes, I think.
Well, I'm going to call it, unless you got something. If you want to go,
No, that's fine. You call it. You just do whatever it is you want to do.
if you got something, we got 5 minutes. I don't want to go 10 more minutes. So if you got something, go.
No, I'm done. I'm out.
Are you done? Are you sure?
Yes.
Done. I quit.
I quit.
Popeye, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't.
Throw something. I quit.
Throw something?
Yeah, just say I quit and throw something.
Yeah.
Can I break something?
Turn the desk over.
I quit.
All right, guys. Well, if you don't got anything else, we will get out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it. And
I love desk.
yes. And yeah.
Looking forward to that coming out.
What's that?
The new Ron Burgundy. What is it? Anchorman.
Anchorman 2.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be out by the time this gets released. It'll be out.
No doubt. Thanks, guys, for rating us on iTunes. We will read them. Thank you for the donations. Really, really appreciate it. Humbles us. You can go to the main page of lawabidingbiker.com, and there's a PayPal button if you'd like to donate. And yeah. So also Stitcher Radio, getting a ton of reviews there.
Stitcher Radio.
That's right. You can rate us there and leave comments there. We really appreciate that too. If you don't just want to donate money, you can go to our buy videos, lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos, or just go straight to the website. You can find it. And you're helping us out. And you're getting something back for it too. You're getting a tutorial video that we think are pretty good. And people do anyways. They're leaving a lot of good comments for them. And we appreciate all those comments. So anyways, we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of the law-abiding biker community. Keep the rubber side down
And the shiny side up.